So welcome to the 2019 Surveyor Legend 191T. We'll just start right in the middle here with your power cord. So this little yellow end right here, just got that little notch in the bottom, lines up with that piece right there. Plug it on in, and a little 1/8 turn locks it in place, and then all the threads there really hold it in. If you follow the cord back, you just got a standard 30 amp end right there. Now most campsites will have an end that you can just plug right on into, and there you go. Now if they don't, or if you're looking to plug in at home, charge your batteries, run your fridge, whatever it may be, if you come up to this front compartment here and open it up, you see you just gotten a little adapter there for you. You plug your cord into, and then into the house. Here we've also got a water hose for you, 2 ends there, as well as a little manual override for your tongue jack up front. So with that water hose there, if you were to take it and plug it into this city water connection here, turn on pressurized water, that'll pressurize all your water lines throughout the trailer. And right above it here is just your cable and satellite inlet, so if you had a coax, plug it into there, it fires up your TV. And right up here again is your shower, so you'll get a little key just like this one here. Open that up, and you got hot and cold water, as well as the hose with the 3-foot standard head. Close that back up. And then right back here in your back bumper, you just open that up. You'll see you've just got your little sewer hose here. So these 2 ends on your sewer hose are the exact same ends that are on your sewer cap. Your sewer system is just right here. So you just undo that cap, and there's those same 2 ears there, so your hose will plug on there the same way. Once you've got it on there and tight, you'll pull this black valve on the right there. The black valve empties out your black tank. Your black tank is filled from your toilet. So after you've got that black emptied out, you'll close that up and then come to this gray valve here and open that. Your gray valve is from your gray tank, which is filled from your shower and your sinks. So generally just cleaner water. Helps keep your hose clean, just keeps stenches away. And there's a monitor panel inside that'll show you exactly what your tank levels are at. And in the back here, as well as in the front, you've just got your fold-out tents. So you just undo those latches there by pulling them back, and then up with the latch. And then it'll just start coming down. We'll just bring it down nicely. And just take this flap here, fold that over the edge. That just ensures that whatever water comes onto it does run off and out. And then once we get inside, we'll have a bar here that flips up. It opens it right up. So right beside it here is just the exhaust for your furnace. So you just want to make sure if you're ever running your furnace that nothing's drooped over that. It does get hot. And then right beside it is your hot water tank. Now it is a electric and propane hot water tank. So your controls for your electricity, just right there, you turn that switch on, and there you go. And for propane is just a switch inside. Now before you ever turn it on, you just want to take this pressure relief valve, open that up, and make sure that bit of water comes out. That bit of water is just letting you know that your hot water tank is full and it's safe to fire up. If you were to turn it on with it empty, you're just running the risk of burning out your element, things like that. And then right up in the front here is again just your bunk. So same thing, grab that latch, pull it back, and then up and out. And again over here. And then you just fold her down. Again, you just want to make sure that the edges are coming over. And that's about that. Now, everything for the inside for the 2 bunks is the exact same, so once we show you the back, you'll know how the front works. So just for the sake of showing you the front, I'm going to close this back up. And for doing that, you just take your skirts here, flip them over, make sure they come in nicely. Then you're going to grab the one side and push it up. Just make sure that your tent stays folding in. And then it should just fall into place pretty well. There we go. Once you bring your latches over, you can take your keys, stick them into that there, and that'll lock your latches shut. And then in the front here, we've got your propane tanks. So just these 2 knobs there, just loosen them off a little, flip them back, open it up, and there's your propane tanks. So I'll just pull it off real quick. So right back here, you've got your changeover. You can see the little arrow on the side is currently pointing to this tank. You can switch it over there to draw off of this tank instead. You see that red back there? And as we open up the tank, it goes green to let you know that the propane is present. Now if it were to go red again while you've got this tank empty, it's just letting you know it's empty. You're just gonna close that off, switch over to the other side, open that one up while you get this one filled. And then right behind it here in this little box is your battery. So as long as you're plugged in through the back there, the battery is charging for you. And then in the front, you just got your tongue jack. So the little light was the red button there, and then up and down. There you go. Also right in the front here, just a little leash latch. Make sure the dog ain't running away on you. And then on the side is your little Furion solar panel inlet. So you take a solar panel, plug it into there, charges up your batteries. And then down in the corner, as well as every corner of the trailer, you've got your stabilizer jacks. So what you'll do with these is you'll just run them down so they contact the ground. Once they contact the ground, just another turn and a half or so, just to firm up the trailer. And what that'll do is it'll just get rid of the bounce as you're walking through it. And then right here is just the other end of your storage compartment. Got the dog dishes for you there as well. And right here is your fresh water inlet. So you just open that up, you take the same water hose from the other side, plop it into there, turn on the water, and it fills up your water tank. You know that tank's full once it starts spitting water out of that vent here, or by watching the monitor panel inside. And for your drain for that tank is just this white cap right there. Just undo that, and the water will drain on out. Right up here, marked by that low point drain, are your low point drains. So if you just undo one or the other, it'll drain out both hot and cold water, safe for the purpose of winterization or if you're leaving the unit for a couple of weeks. Right here's a little power outlet, so if you wanted to watch TV outside, you've got the power to do so. And right above it is your stove vent. So propane stove, of course, whenever you're using it, it is putting off fumes. There is a fan inside to help clear the fumes out. You just want to make sure that flap there is open to let the fumes get out. Right beside it there you see your exterior speakers. This here is just a fridge port, so nothing back there for customers to worry about. Right back here is the black tank flush. So if you may notice down the road that you dump out your black tank, but it's still reading 1/3 or 2/3 or whatever it may be, you take a water hose, stick it into there, turn on the water while you've got that black valve open, and it'll just flush out the tank for you. And lastly, right down here is just a little auxiliary propane outlet. So if you wanted to get yourself a barbecue or something, there's the propane for it. Alright, and on inside. So for your T-handle here, you're just going to bring it up and out, and that's that. Your steps, just grab the bottom, pull it out, and then that handle flips on over, and there you go. The door is just a free swinging door, so you just want to make sure that when you've got it opened up, you're not slamming it into your awning. There is no bump stop. Alright, and we come on inside. Right on the wall here is just your GFI protected outlet. So if you notice any of your outlets throughout the trailer aren't working, first thing you want to check is this guy here. So test on the left there, and then reset in the center. And there you go. Down on the wall here, power outlets as well as your cable and satellite outlets. So the bottom one here is going to be your antenna right next to the switch there. Hit that switch so that light comes on, turns on your antenna. You run your TV through that power. Or hook up to the satellite up there, and that's where you get your outlet from your cable and satellite from the back. Right here is just your speaker control. So with your stereo, just power button turns it on. So with your speaker control, you can take it from inside, you can do inside and out, or you can do just outside. With your stereo, you just got the volume selection right there. Search is just right here, press and hold, and it searches. And that's about that. You do have the HDMI inlets for it, as well as USB auxiliary, so if you wanted to run TV sound through it, whatever, you can do so. You've also got Bluetooth for hooking up to your phone. Press and hold to turn it off, and there you go. Lastly, down here is just your fire extinguisher. So standard, pull the pin, point, and shoot. Inside this little blue pouch, you'll find all of your owner's manuals and your keys. And right up on the wall here are all of your controls. So your light switches there, interior lights, all your interiors. Porch light does your little orange light outside there. And for your awning light, turn that on. The awning light is in the tube itself, which is why you've got the light up switch here. So if that light is on, you know your awning light's on. So for your awning, just press and hold extend while your door is at a 90 degree. So remember, you do hit it. So you want to extend that out. And once you have the flap at the end come down, you know you're out all the way. And there you go. There's your awning light. Now with your awning open, you just come outside. You can grab either the front or the rear arm. Just loosen off this knob right behind the door here. You can pull that arm in, tighten it down, and that just changes the pitch of your awning. So say it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold water. You don't want that, so you can change the pitch and the water will run off. It does give you more shades. If you like that angle as well, by all means leave it there. However, before you ever bring it in, you just want to make sure they're loosened right back off and fully extended before you hit retract to bring it back in. And that's that. Now as you make your way inside, you've got a light right above your sink there. Hot and cold water, of course. Microwave, standard, very simple. And your range hood here. So you've got a light as well as the fan. So that's where you'd have that vent open outside to help clear out the fumes. And the bifold cover for your stove here just flips back. Take your knob over to the light, hit the sparker, and she'll fire right up for you. And then for your stove, just open it up, turn it over to light, press and hold. And then right in the back, you can see that sparker going. As soon as it clears all the air out from the system there, it'll fire up. There we go. Now once you got it going, you just want to hold that knob in for another 5 seconds or so. Turn it over to your desired temperature. And there we go. Once you're done, you can just bring it back to pilot and it'll hold the pilot light for you. However, if you're going to bed or if you're traveling, whatever it may be, if you're away from it for a while, you want to make sure that's right off. And then right beside the stove knob there is just your light switch. And right here is your fridge. So you just got the 2 buttons up top here. The one on the left there turns it on. So with that button in, it's turned on. And then on the side there is your control. So currently we've got that button in, running the fridge on auto, which is first going to run on AC power. Then as that cuts out, it'll switch over to gas. Now if you wanted to run off gas solely, you can have that button come out, it'll run just on the gas. And right up here is a little check light, so if that were to ever come on, it's just letting you know it hasn't lit up on the propane, at which point you're just going to turn it off and back on to reset it. And if it still doesn't light, just make sure you've got propane. Right up in the top here is your temperature control. So as you come up with it, your fridge gets colder. As you go down, it gets warmer. Down on the floor, here's your converter. So you just press that and it pops open. You got all your breakers in the middle there. Whenever a breaker breaks, it'll sit in the middle. So you just want to turn it off and then back on. And right beside it, here's all of your fuses. If a fuse were to ever pop, you'll get a little red LED beside it, letting you know exactly which one's gone. Then right here is your thermostat. So the power button on the left there is also your mode, so you just press that to cycle through. Firstly, it'll come to your fan speed, high, low, or auto. Generally, I'm going to recommend you just leave it on auto. Hit mode again, it'll go into cool. Fire up your air conditioner right above our heads here. Now with your air conditioner going, you basically got 2 different options with it. You can have this louver here open, so that it's just dumping all of its air into the living room, or you can close it, in which case it'll use the ducting throughout the ceiling to spread its air out. Now if you remember the one step back where you're selecting your fan speed there, if you were to run it on say just high or low, it is your air conditioning fan that'll run just without the cooling. Hit mode again after cool, and go into furnace, turn the air conditioner off, and then run the furnace. Your furnace is just right down below your closet here, so you can see all the storage you've got, the 2 drawers here, and then your furnace right at the bottom. These furnaces are kind of nice in the sense that if you look right through here, you should be able to see the flame going. There we go. Alright. And once you got the temperature that you like, you just select it there on the side. And there we go. And hit mode again, and you can see right down in the bottom corner there, it just says off. And then into the bathroom here. Right up on the wall is a light switch, as well as your monitor panel. So your monitor panel does tell you your battery charge level. Because we're plugged in right now, we're currently C for charging. G would be good, F would be fair, L is low. Same idea for your fresh, black, and gray tanks, where they read empty to 1/3, 2/3, then full. Now your water pump switch there, that switch right there, just turn that on, turns on your water pump, draws out of the fresh water tank, and right beside it is your water heater. So that's the switch that turns it on with the propane. Once that light there goes out, that's the ignition sequence starting. And if it were to come back on afterwards, it's just letting you know that it hasn't lit up. Same idea as the fridge there. I'm just going to want to turn it off and back on to reset it. So you can see that light's now out. It's staying out. We know that the hot water tank's fired. Then you just got your shower here, hot and cold water, standard head, and then your roof vent right above the toilet here. So just turn that knob to open it up, and in the back corner is your fan switch. Now for your bunks, as you can remember, we've opened them up outside. Right below your mattress there is just going to be this bar. So you've got that little white claw at the other end. Flip that mattress down. That claw just holds onto this bar there. Then you flip it up, push it all out, and then just lock it into this little panel here up on the ceiling. That holds it in place, and there you go. Now as you get in it, you've just got the zippers here, right? And that's that. At the very back, you see it's marked by the exit there. So if you undo this zipper here, you can see you've also got this red zipper right here. If you undo that, that is an access straight outside. Alrighty, so that's about all I can show you this time around. If you've got any other questions, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272. Happy camping!